These books changed my life forever, improved my English skills and communication skills. So prepare yourself for big changes after watching this video. Once you read these books, your life is never gonna be the same, and the positive impact is gonna be irreversible. So whether you are a bookworm or someone who is just looking for great books to boost their personal development, English skills, communication skills, this is the right place for you. Ready to dive in? Let's go! First on our list is this bestseller, Atomic Habits by James Clear. None of this is sponsored, this is just my honest opinion. So let's get started with really cool concept, identity shift. So I'm gonna share something personal. 3-4 years ago-ish, let's say, I started my self-development journey. I started this YouTube channel, my social media in general. And when somebody asked me, what do you do for a living? I used to say I'm an English teacher. But in reality, I wanted to say I'm a content creator. I'm online English teacher, so I'm here to help you improve your English. I was shy to even admit that I'm on social media, and I used to say, yeah, I'm an English teacher. So people were like, oh, so you work at school or you give classes? And I was like, yeah. I used to work at school in Spain, by the way, as an English teacher. But I really wanted to be a content creator, and I didn't know how to shift this identity because I was shy, my self-esteem was really low, and I discovered this book, and this book was the first book that I read in English. By the way, before I used to read books in Polish, or I didn't really read books. Anyway. So it was the time when I discovered this concept of identity shift. If I ask you, are you an English learner or an English speaker? Most probably some of you said, I'm just an English learner. But if you really want to speak English fluently, you must shift your identity and you must become an English speaker. Let me read a really cool paragraph. This is the definition of this concept of identity shift. So, imagine two people resisting a cigarette. When offered a smoke, the first person says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." It sounds like a reasonable response, but this person still believes they are a smoker who is just trying to be something else. They are hoping their behavior will change while carrying around the same belief. The second person declines by saying, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." It's a small difference, but this statement signals a shift in the identity. If we want to become somebody else, if we want to achieve big things, we need to start with our identity and mindset. And now most probably you are asking yourself, okay, Veronica, sounds cool, but how did you do that? So I used another concept from this book, and it's this: 1% better every single day. So I made a commitment. Every single day I'm gonna publish a video on Instagram. And 3 years later, my Instagram attracted 700,000 followers. TikTok 1.5 million. It is possible with tiny changes every single day, applied every single day. Even if you don't want to do it, you just get your ass together and you do it, because you understand that if you improve every single day by 1%, you're gonna get extraordinary results. So it's not always perfect. I fail sometimes, everybody fails sometimes. Every single day I try to do something that will help me in the long run. It leads me to my next point, actually, connecting habits. And I had it here. Oh, yeah, I have this page. Beautiful. This is this formula that we can see here. After something, I will something. For example, after having lunch, I will practice my English pronunciation for 20 minutes. So instead of, not knowing when you're gonna apply this habit to your life, you actually connect it with something else that you do anyway in your life. And this is how you really start the machine. For example, when I started applying tips from this book to my life, I used to go to the gym every morning, and then right after the gym, I practiced my pronunciation, my American pronunciation. Let me tell you, a lot of habits that I learned 3 years ago are still with me and they are automatic. I don't even have to think of recording videos because I know that I'm gonna record videos. Now I do like batches. I record 7 videos for the next week. So I found my own system. Basically, this book teaches you how to find your own systems for everything in your life. How I actually learn new words. I write synonyms. I didn't understand the word odds. So I grabbed my phone immediately. I looked it up on Google. Thesaurus is actually a good dictionary to find synonyms, or even Oxford Learners dictionaries, something that I recommend every single time. So basically, you go to Google, you look it up, you don't understand a word, and you write a synonym. But make sure that you check it actually in English, not in your native language. Writing synonyms helped me a lot. Oh, I found one more example. Here we have the word clutter. I didn't understand the word clutter, so I looked it up and it means mess, and I wrote it immediately. So you see, I underline a lot, I make notes. So this is how new words really stick to my brain, because I have context, like I start understanding words in context. So this is very important. Next thing, your environment. I think the whole chapter here is dedicated to your environment. Your environment, like physical environment, matters. That's why I record videos in nature, because I am more connected. And if I am more connected, you're gonna benefit more from this video. You're gonna actually learn more. For example, imagine yourself going to the gym. It's really hot outside and the gym doesn't have AC and everything is old. People are sweating, and because it's so hot, the smell of human bodies and the old machines is really unpleasant. I bet you're gonna go out and you will not want to come back to that gym ever again. On the other hand, imagine yourself going to the gym that it's modern, smells nice, the air temperature is just right. There is some cool personal trainer that you really like. I bet you're gonna want to come back to that gym. It's absolutely the same with language learning. If your language learning routine is in chaos, you don't know where you study, you don't know who you study with, it's just a big mess, and you try to just learn something from one Instagram video, from one YouTube video, from this person, from that person, most probably your result is not gonna be as extraordinary as it could be. James Clear talks about it in the book, and he mentions also your family and friends. So if your friends don't support your goal, if they have a completely different mindset, maybe it's time to reconsider who you are friends with. To be honest, I needed to say goodbye to all of my friends to achieve my goals, and I'm not joking, and it's very personal, but I think that me sharing this can help a lot of people. That's why I'm gonna go out of my comfort zone and share. I needed to say goodbye to all of my friends because at some point in life, after high school, college, a lot of people start doing different things, and I decided to follow a different path that 99% of my former friends. And it doesn't mean that it's better or worse. They are awesome human beings and I feel a lot of love for them. But unfortunately, we couldn't be friends. I mean, we tried, but we couldn't because I started being on the internet. It's uncomfortable for people. I started applying all of the habits, I started having extraordinary results. I decided that I don't want to go to 9-to-5 job. It wasn't for me. I don't say it's bad. I don't say that it sucks. Maybe for you it's awesome, and it's awesome that it's for you awesome. You get my point. But for me it wasn't awesome. But I realized that at some point I cannot be friends with these people because we simply don't have things to talk about, or my mindset is so different because I travel full time. I get to live in different countries, different cultures. I used to party with my ex-friends, drink alcohol. I used to do crazy things with them. I noticed that if I stay friends with the same friends, I'm not gonna stop partying. I'm still gonna be a smoker. I'm still gonna be a drinker, and I didn't want that. Now I am not a smoker, I am not a drinker, I am not a party person because I chose not to be, because I shifted my identity. Right now I am a content creator. I am not 9 to 5 job goer because I chose so. And if somebody else chose differently, again, fine, that's completely okay. So if you want to be an English speaker, but nobody around you speaks English, most probably you're gonna need to find other people, other friends. I don't say that you need to say goodbye to all of your friends. No, maybe you can just have more friends. It's the same with family. My family doesn't even know what I do. They don't support it. They think that I should go to, I don't know, 9 to 5 and make, I don't know, $2,000 a month, which doesn't satisfy me. I think that surrounding yourself with people who support your goals, who understand your mindset, who understand who you want to become, or maybe after this identity shift, you may feel that nobody understands you. You might feel a little bit lost after applying everything from this book, because that means that your environment will change. James Clear also talks about reprogramming your brain to enjoy your habits. And this leads me actually to the second point of this video. The book that I'm currently reading, I'm smiling because it's so high vibration. It's so cool to read this book by Joseph Murphy, How to Grow Rich with the Power of Your Subconscious Mind. So here in Atomic Habits, we were talking about our conscious mind, which appears to be just 5% of us. 95% of our actions, automatic behaviors, thoughts is actually the subconscious mind. So this book is about growing rich. In financial aspect, but not only. It's about how to grow rich in spiritual way, in spiritual point of view. And if somebody doesn't know what subconscious mind is, I would like to read this very short paragraph, which is going to clarify a lot. So, your subconscious mind is like a genie in a bottle. Whatever you desire and believe true, your subconscious mind will find a way to bring it to the reality. If you desire or believe you will be blessed with good health, prosperity, and fulfilling relationships, you will be. If, on the other hand, you expect or fear illness, poverty, and loneliness, those will be your fate. To get what you want out of life, first you must learn how the subconscious mind functions. Probably you sometimes catch yourself doing something, not knowing why you are doing this. You are, I don't know, having another chocolate bar, not knowing why you're doing this, or maybe you smoke, you don't know why you are smoking. So this is basically your subconscious mind. So when it comes to language learning, I do exactly the same. Look at my notes. I mean, I underline, I highlight, I make notes, I write quotations, I write synonyms as well. I work really actively with the books that I'm reading because I learn different things, for example here about subconscious mind, before about habits, but at the same time I learn English, so it's so cool because it's like 2 in 1. You save time and you learn new things. Awesome. Before I move on, I'm sharing with you the books that really changed my life, that I find really, really useful in my subjective opinion. But please use these tips from this video and choose things that resonate with you. The more you enjoy the books that you chose, the better for your language learning. So the biggest takeaway from this book is visualization and the power of your subconscious mind when it comes to positive affirmation. So we can connect it with the identity shift from the first book. I love how books share different ideas, but actually you can figure out how to connect them. So what I really love to do is, I spend some time in nature. As you can see, for example, here, I close my eyes, I take a couple of deep breaths, and I visualize. I start visualizing myself, my goal, how I become a confident, fluent English speaker, how basically words come out of my mouth, and how I communicate myself clearly, confidently, freely with everyone, how I communicate my ideas. So, it depends on your goal. But Joseph Murphy leads you basically and tells you how to visualize effectively. This book is also about the connection with the divine, that we deserve to live financially free because we are divine beings. But it's more personal, I think. So if you feel this topic, just go and read this book. Joseph Murphy also shares how to overcome obstacles using the power of your subconscious mind. So it's something that it's not really common to hear in our society. It's something a little bit woo-woo, some people might say. I really love these woo-woo things and things that are not really conventional, alternative. So to summarize, this book is awesome if you want to boost your confidence, if you want to take your life to the next level, you don't know how, and you are open-minded. Okay, it's time for the third book, the most powerful book that I've ever read. It changed my whole life. And when I say it changed my whole life, I have goosebumps on all of my body because it really did. So I was talking about unconventional methods that are not really widely accepted in our society. So here it comes. This book, It Didn't Start With You. How inherited family trauma shapes who we are and how to end the cycle. Mark Wolin. So this book is extremely powerful. I'm not gonna share a lot of details here because it's very personal, and unfortunately this channel is not about inherited family trauma, but maybe one day, because this is the topic that really resonates with me and really shapes my whole life. So this book explores how unresolved issues from our family history can impact our lives, often in ways we don't fully understand. So basically this book helps you understand everything that you don't understand about your family, but about yourself. Sometimes there are patterns in our lives that we don't understand. For example, why do I always end up with the same type of partner? Narcissistic partner, for example. Why do I always have a toxic boss? Why I can't make more money? I do everything, but I can't. In the book, Mark explains the science behind it. So it's not like woo, some concept that somebody just invented. No. There is science behind it, and everything is explained. So I find it really powerful. The first part of the book is dedicated to theory. He shares a lot of examples, how people solved their problems. A lot of people wanted to, end their lives not knowing why. A lot of people are depressed not knowing why, because, in our society, we are told that, depression is a sickness. It's not a sickness. It's not a physical sickness, it's a sickness of the soul. So the first part of the book is like theoretical, but the second part of the book is like auto psychotherapy, something like this. In this book, he talks about the language we use. Sometimes we use words, sentences, phrases that are really weird. So can you see the second part of the book is the core language map. So you basically start paying attention to the language you use, even if in your native language. Or I did it in English, actually. I found it easier to do it in English than in Polish. I think in Polish it was too painful. So the language that we use is very important. And this is how we can go to the cause of our depression, trauma, and these mysterious secret patterns of our lives that we don't understand. Mark Wolin explains everything in an easy way. These sound to be very complex concepts, but in reality he explains, he guides you, and at the end of the book there is this beautiful part dedicated to healing. When I started working with unresolved family traumas, my life improved a lot. I finally understand why I attracted toxic partners before, why I don't live in Poland. Poland is my country where I was born, I grew up in, but I don't live in Poland. I don't feel really connected to this country. I feel pretty disconnected from my family right now, and I understand now why. And sometimes this why helps you find some sort of peace. This book is difficult to read. Not everybody is gonna be ready to read it, so don't force yourself. This is the book that I really find useful, that really changed my life. So I'm sharing this here because maybe somebody needs this sign, maybe somebody needs this push to start reading something like this. But if you don't feel like it, no worries, just skip this part of the video and take just language tips. When reading this book, I learned a lot of new words because Mark shares science behind it. Difficult words like inherited trauma, so these are words that we don't tend to use every single day. That's why I learned a lot of English. And I'm pretty tired because I think that I really got out of my comfort zone. In this video, I shared a lot of personal things, but it's good because I think that by me sharing personal things, we can connect more and you can learn more. You can benefit from these videos more if I'm really honest with you. Please share your books with me, your suggestions. I would love to read more books that are gonna have a great impact on my life. I would love to chat with you, to exchange opinions and different concepts in the comments. If you would like to connect with me on a deeper level, if you are an English speaker, not only learner, please feel free to join my fun English community. This is the community where we meet 2 times a week for a speaking club. We chat, we exchange our thoughts. This is a safe space to learn languages and simply be yourself. So if I resonate with you, if this video resonated with you, please feel free to join the Fun English group in the link in the description down below. One more time, thank you so much for sharing this time with me. It means a lot. See you in the next video. Bye. Look at the nature.